Hello, everybody. Brian here from quantlabs.net. So we're going to talk about the future of cryptocurrency, the future of um, Bitcoin. So this was sent over in my Facebook group from somebody I've been trusting for a good number of months now. I think they're out of Italy, so you may see some Italian references. But usually this article here is just talking about how obviously we know about Bitcoin has risen to up to 16, 20,000, depending upon where you live. And it's just the rise has just been huge. But what this article is pretty well talking about is just a usual um, marketing hype product, be it whatever it might be. But when you see things like this brings new people into the market and into the space or the industry. So for here, out of all the interest, people have a very big interest in the world of finance, obviously because of Bitcoin. Um, there's also, if you take in marketing at all, this is a typical rise of hot products. Think Tamaguchi or whatever you want, where you get people coming in who are innovators, early adopters, and then there's the early majority, which is happening now. That's why I think Bitcoin is starting to still go up. And then here, and this is what's going to keep driving the price of Bitcoin. Right now, with the new futures contracts that are opening up on both the CME and the CBOE, and I believe the NASDAQ actually has their own as well, that it is suppressing the price of Bitcoin. But Bitcoin on the long term will probably continue to rise. But, there's this analysis and da-da-da. So I'll put this link in the my blog post. Now, my own opinion is pretty well interesting. We'll just say the least. Now, there's a lady I watched on Monday night out of London, UK, who does trades and is a pretty well seasoned technical analyst trader for, she said, the last 8 years. Her live broadcast on Facebook, it was a Facebook stream, Nick Trades. If you go to her Facebook group at Nick Trades, you should be able to find it. And you can see here, this is her Monday night crypto live stream. And what she talks about is all these major or minor cryptocurrencies or coins that come into the market, which ones pop and don't pop. And she offers her opinion and why. Analysis. So it's quite interesting to watch. And as I said, the popularity and the amount of people watching this simulcast was huge. At least up to 640 people were watching it live. I was just amazed on the demand. She also runs a Twitter account. Now, she started this up in June, so she's already built up almost 60,000 people in such a short time. And let me just see anything else I can find on her. Okay, so she's also got a TradingView account, very high reputation, so people seem to like what she's doing, as well as I think she's on maybe StockTwits as well. I don't know. So right now, the thing to be aware of is who she is. Now, when I dug a little deeper, she works at this company called, I'm not, she's part of this Forex Analytics. So when you go there, you start to realize this is the rub. This is some kind of platform for doing all this analysis. So indirectly, you can see her. She's part of one of 7 people behind this project, and it's very important that you consider that because, as we know, in the world of cryptocurrency, there's a lot of pumping and very creative ways to drive up prices of their own crypto coin, and they dump it. It's no different than really penny stock. Pretty well the same idea. Anyways, I just want to give you an example of that. Now, if you go to, or actually, well, this will probably disappear by the time you get there. If you, let me just see if I can find it. Yes, here we go. So as I said, we were talking about all these different little coins that get listed. SALT, BAT, NXT, ZRX, XVG, so on and so forth. As an example, what a lot of people are trying to do now is trying to jump onto the wave of these smaller coins that are getting listed, like this one called Verge, XVG. Why is it going up? And there's a hype on it. And then when you go to marketcap.com, you'll see all the coins. So if I look for, let's say, Verge, you'll see it's 17. It's gone up. Total market cap's at 2 million. Is that 2 billion? No, 2 billion. And it's just rising. So you can see here in these charts, these are still continually going up. And these are the sort of things that these kind of traders are kind of looking for these sudden rise. Now, I've been invited to a couple other Telegram groups, and there's just so much chatter among these groups. It's really hard to track what's valid and what's not valid. So the consensus was that there's a lot of chatter, and it's all human driven, and it's just speculators and just a bunch of, we'll call them basement dwellers, that are just kind of like looking for the next big thing and trying to jump on that wave and gravy train as it goes up, which is fine. But the conclusion was that you definitely need a bot. Now, let me just show you something here. I'm going to show you how, now a lot of my videos just don't have any growth, but I want to show you one video that is doing, that was put up a few weeks ago, called Gecko. This one I've been tracking is now at 2.4 thousand views, and it was posted about a month ago. And I think there's a huge interest in this project because it's Gecko, and my video says it's good, and it's good. I'm not going to deny it. It has some limitations because it's done in JavaScript and only JavaScript. But here's the thing. If you do a same search on another project called CCXD, maybe it's called CCTX. No, maybe I don't have it in my headlines. That would help. Anyways, let me just go over to GitHub, and then CCXT, which is basically similar to the Gecko, but this project here called CCXT, which is a cryptocurrency trading library done in Python, Java, and PHP. It talks to something like 90 Bitcoin exchanges. So coming back to here, to looking for these little coins that are gonna jump up and spike, you could easily write a screener to do that and just go through using these various examples of different exchanges that you would have access to. You may have to fund them to create to get access to the API of each exchange, and then just scan them. And I think these are really, really, really important because this will help you identify those trends of these small coins, as well as understanding which coins are good to trade in. Now, here's my theory. No different than the stock market. If you go to Coinmarketcap, and you can see here the market cap is at least a few billion. So if you only trade certain coins that hit a certain volume, or sorry, market cap of, let's say, $1 billion, you may be safe, or maybe a little higher, I don't know, 5 billion, let's say, and then be able to trade those because there is liquidity there. But what you kind of want to do is, if you get onto this gravy train of this Verge, which is, I think it's the last 24 hours, USD, I think this is over the last 24 hours, but when you see this rise of 124% in a day, I mean, that's crazy. Or this one, BitShare, 27%, Komodo, 40%, 38%. But you can see there's a higher percentage of coins that are just going up, just alone riding the gravy train. Yes, there's certain ones doing poor, like Ethereum and Bitcoin, but you got Bitcoin Cash is consistently going up, and just looking for strategies that can calculate the direction of this using, as I always say, bid and ask volume on the tick level. You could probably do quite well on a similar strategy like that, and building a bot that could do that. Now, the best library I would think to do that with is this one, the CCXD. So I'm going to leave it at that. A lot of people have been, as I'm posting more of this type of stuff, they're looking for tutorials on me to do this. And not only just tutorials, but also to send out source code. Hey, if I did that, I'd be a millionaire, just pumping out signals. Just from that, watching these these coins. I mean, if I put out a signal generating system and just people subscribe to it, I can make millions. So the question would be, why would I want to give out source code or tutorials on how to do that? But the question is there a scanner that can do that? So if there is, that person's going to do very, 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 very well. And if not, you definitely can use a similar library like this, or I would probably use this. But as we know about Python, it's very slow. So what you could do is either do one of two ways, because you have JavaScript, embed that, as I said, into C++, or have some kind of bridge or data hub, like in my case, maybe, I don't know, Redis, and be able to not only watch certain exchanges, which we just did a video on, which particular one, but also on these different exchanges and coins, and just go in and out on, because there's just so much movement here. It is, I hate to say it is pretty crazy. And there you go. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are here to stay. These kind of moves will continue to go up, as this original article did say here. And this is the chart that will pretty well drive that for any trendy, whatever it is, to make money in a product. This is the usual cycle for early adopters, which we're at and are passing, where the early majority is coming in now. Why there's a huge rise, and then there's going to be that phase where the late majority, and they're just going to be flatlining. When you look at high frequency trading, there's another example where there was opportunity there, and as the mainstream started to pick up on it, it's just gotten a lot in HFT, and similar to cryptocurrency. I don't know how fast it will take to get to these levels of late majority and laggard, maybe a year, 2 years, who knows? But that's the path that every single product and every single trendy way of making money happens. So the opportunity is pretty well coming down the line, and as I said in this podcast video, that the opportunity is right now. And if you are interested, you've got to automate and be able to use these methodologies, because to do it by human, it's kind of tough to do. You have to be automated, whatever way that might be, and you can't use a black box robot either. You've got to use an open source project, and I think either Gecko or CCXD are the top 2 picks right now to go with. All right, so hopefully I'll help you out, and let me know what you think. Over and out.